guys, thanks for stopping by. In honor of today, which is Gana, Melkam Gana means Happy Christmas. Today is Ethiopian Christmas, where they celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. So I'm going to keep this amulet here for today's readings. Welcome. For those that are new, I play with the Egyptian Cartouche cards. They contain the same symbolism that our ancient brothers and sisters in Egypt were familiar with. They do contain symbols on the corners of the cards to contain the potent energy. So my cat, or my furry friend, might make an appearance, so, disclaimer. Alright, so let's see. I will read for Virgo. Great. So let me go ahead and channel that. Virgo's energy. I got 4. All right. It took me a while because I saw some images. I was getting some really heavy visuals at this moment in time when I was channeling. I was celebrating Ghana with a friend. She lives close to a small stream. There was some images that I was getting concerning that and Virgo. It was almost like there was a bucket dumping out all this dirty, murky water. And while it was getting dumped out, it was almost as if the water was purifying itself at the same time. So I don't know if that serves you in whatever way, shape, or form in symbolism. So with that being said, I'll do this 5-point star spread facing you. So let's do this. Nature of the problem, situation or question, comment given, factors to be considered, advice, conclusion. Okay, fun. This is fun, Virgo. Okay. Tutu just put her paw out. I don't know if you can see. There it is. Alright, so the nature of the problem, situation, or question in this reading is we get the symbol of Isis. Isis is the nurturing mother figure in the Egyptian pantheon. Interestingly enough, the fact that we are celebrating the birth of a prophet and definitely the shining moment, not just for the prophet, is also given to the mother. So the question that I'm getting, the situation here is being able to nurture not just a person, but a project. It could be also trying to cultivate an idea and turn it into something bigger than what it started out to be. I'm just kind of going for that interpretation for now because Isis, she was a lover also. So even though she was a lover, she had her limits, she had her boundaries. So it's almost like a balance with also what you give and what you get. So the nature of the problem, situation, or question is something concerning about this balance between give and get. The nurturing in a relationship and a project in certain aspects of yourself that need to grow. All right? Comment given, we have Hathor in reverse. Now, Hathor is, you would say, the Egyptian Aphrodite, but I don't want to contextualize her in a Western way because she had a lot of facets of her that wasn't just, the goddess of passion. She was many things. She was also the divine. She represented an aspect of the divine feminine. Not because she was very feminine, but because she had a lot of strength. I wouldn't say she was feared, but she was one of the original goddesses, one of the older goddesses in the pantheon that was respected. So this is a example in the real world of a woman who is a leader. Or it doesn't have to be a woman, it can be a man who possesses nurturing qualities that was able to sustain a business or his family together. It can be all encompassing, where there is a woman, there is a feminine energy that has strength. It can be in a man, it can be in a woman, it can be in whatever. It's present. So to have it in this position in the comment given is that there is a certain, in the comment given, there seems to be a imbalance in the way the feminine energy is being expressed. So this can be, instead of being assertive, it starts to lean towards bossy. Instead of, being disciplined, or not disciplined, but, there's tact, where you're able to manage yourself in social situations. And then there's negligence, where, you have a self-confidence to where you don't think you have to do or say things that are, that would make the situation better. So that's the comment given that I'm getting here about this situation. Interestingly enough, this is nurturing. And Hathor is more about tough love. And so this is the tough love for you. You really need to look into what are certain, what are shadow aspects of the feminine side of you that are manifesting, impeding this to go on. All right. And factors to be considered, we have air. So air is a symbolism of also the breath of life that we give out as we talk, as we breathe. But in this case, I'm getting the interpretation of travel. I'm not saying that you will necessarily be traveling, but it is something that could come up as maybe an opportunity. If it does come up, then you might be thinking about it more seriously. Also, communication, as I mentioned, when we breathe out the air as we talk, that in itself is significant. What air are you breathing out, good or bad? So the factors to be considered is there's going to be social situations. There might be also traveling situations where just be confident, but remember not to be negligent, and be aware of the kind of air you're giving, regardless whether it's talking. Also, when you're traveling, are you contributing to whatever it is to wherever it is that you're traveling to? Do you have something to give? I don't know why, but that was something that came up in my head, because people travel to these beautiful places and parks, and they go and see and they spend their money, but what offering do you have for it? I'm not saying that everybody has to give gold at the base of a huge ancient tree, but my thought is also, because things are moving around so much in life, you might as well give something back to the places where you're going. That was kind of a rant. I have to apologize there, but I am trying to say that in this situation, it seems like you really have to look at the details of certain things. It seems. But so far so good. This is a live and learn, right? Because here in the advice we have Osiris. So beautiful, because the nature of the problem, situation, or question is understanding this nurturing aspect, either of ourselves, of the external in a certain way, the give and take between the external, the internal of a project or of a relationship. And here is her counterpart, Osiris. So, situation, advice. It's almost like the flip side of the coin. Osiris is the god of life. Also, he presides in the underworld. So he's not necessarily somber or solemn, but this one is definitely a god that had to learn a tough lesson that cost him his life, which also is the reason why he is in the underworld. Don't worry. That's not what I'm trying to tell you here, because I'm giving you the backstory that this is a live and learn. I said it right before I got this card. It's right here. So Osiris is seriously the voice telling you, in life it's live and learn. When certain things happen, there has to be a lesson, because that's the only way to go forward. Osiris is like, the father that will take his time to say certain things, but when he says it, it really makes you think, and he doesn't really have to say a lot of words. So it comes down to the simple truth of things. Beautiful. Focusing on the simple truth of things. Oh, let me move the card so that way everything can be seen. All right. My camera almost fell. Well, thanks for giving it leverage. Please don't move. All right. So beautiful. And as I was saying, listening to that reasonable side of you will also help nurturing grow. So yin and yang, it's a balance. And here we have Nephite. Nephite as the conclusion. Now, it's interesting to have Nephite as the conclusion. I have some thoughts to say, so I'm just gonna get my book and look what it says about it. But first off, before I do that, what I interpret about Nephite is the goddess of the night, of decay. And what does that mean? Things are not seen. You cannot really see things for what they are, and so that's kind of the message that I'm getting here, is that maybe there is a hope of a healthy give and take in a relationship, project. Please see, there she goes, she's stretching, and she's leveraging the camera. Aww. And here, you need to focus on the habits that might be the negative, the shadow aspect of your femininity. That there are opportunities of conversation and travel that are to be approached confidently, but understanding that things will change, that things tend to change, so, just adapt. To be reasonable with the simple truths and what is happening with yourself internally and externally. And in terms of this project, or this, inclination to have a balance, a healthy give and take, there are certain things that you do not know, and it's not in your reach yet to know it, interestingly enough. Things are hidden from us for a reason sometimes, and in this case, you are looking at the tip of the iceberg and you cannot see the bottom, is what this is referring. So in the meanwhile, it's almost like, just follow your intuition and take things for what they are at the moment. As I said, she's the goddess of night and decay, and you don't really want to watch a decaying animal or a person, but you will see the mushrooms, right? Mushrooms are cute. So it depends on how you see. There is a decay, but in that decaying process, there is a opportunity for new life. Mushroom is, comes from the same environment as where decay comes from. So, yeah. Well, it's very interesting here, because from this overview, I can see that it's just it's a whole live and learn. Right now, this is a live and learn message. So, Virgo, very nice. I was able to learn a little bit too in that reading, which I'm grateful for. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Let me know what you think. If there's any way I can provide some insight in this reading, I would be happy for you to go ahead and use it to help yourself in that give and take that you're yearning for, or that, you need. So in this case, I will say, Melkam gena yuchenelachu. Please take it easy, and I have faith that you will be fine in your coming journey. All right, until next time. Bye.